our proposition and why the affirmative side is correct. Basically, we went over why human drivers aren't reliable anymore because we're so distracted by everything, and like we can't just keep our minds on the road anymore. It's just becoming a huge problem. The other problem is that the infrastructure of America is brutally it's just a poor infrastructure and we need to fix it. So might as well fix it to prepare for autonomous vehicles. The opposition mentioned that the cost to make these cars was just too expensive for everyone to be able to buy. However, we've seen this happen with computers. I mean, computers back in like the 70s, 80s used to be huge, and they used to be so expensive that no one could buy them. But of course, over time, our technology improves. It becomes more common and costs drop. That's just how it is and how it's always been. According to ITS International, it is clear that autonomous vehicles is happening, and we should dedicate our energies to planning for mobility and operating the transportation infrastructure to get the most benefit from all existing assets. So to put emphasis on these existing assets, it's not like we put all the money that we could into the infrastructure because, well, the government just isn't doing it. They don't see a reason to, but we need it, according to my previous source from the American Society of Civil Engineers. America's infrastructure is crumbling and we need to fix it, but we need to fix it like in a progressive manner so that we can prepare for autonomous vehicles, since according to this source, it's clear that it's going to happen one way or another. And to address the issue of insurance and liability, James Anderson, the director for the RAND Institute for Civil Justice, says that insurance should be analyzed from a short, medium, and long-term perspective as far as being an accelerator or inhibitor. So we shouldn't see insurance as like something to just stop us completely to deploy autonomous vehicles. We should just take it one step at a time and like figure out what's going to work, what isn't going to work. So autonomous cars will also kind of change the dynamic of how our lives will be. The ability to drive is often synonymous with whether someone can maintain a home without assisted living services or even moving to a rest home. So this will change the lives of the elderly, of the disabled. I mean, if they can get around, then they can do more things and be more productive and just, I guess, feel better about themselves. So to wrap this up, the policy on autonomous cars and infrastructure should be lenient, especially this early in the game. According to Adam Thier, the senior research fellow at George Mason University, he says that if the regulators in the early 20th century had curtailed the development of the automobile for the sake of carriage drivers and woodworkers, whose livelihoods depended on horse-drawn carriages, the world might never have seen Henry Ford's Model T. So if we just block out what we could do in the future, then we might never see what our true potential, in a sense. So yes, this is why we should have an infrastructure to prepare for autonomous cars that we will have in the future. Thank you.
Now is the time for that thunderous applause.